Have you ever opened up to someone, maybe online or in real life, and instantly regretted it? Or maybe you've shared a little too much in a moment of excitement, only to lie awake at night thinking, why did I say that? Yeah, we've all been there. And here's the truth. In a world that celebrates vulnerability, being real, and constant connection, oversharing has become a silent epidemic. And while it might seem harmless, oversharing can cost you relationships, your peace of mind, and even your safety. But wait, don't worry. This isn't one of those stop talking to people type of videos. This is about learning how to protect your energy, build stronger boundaries, and still be authentically you without giving the world your whole soul on a plate. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's talk about the dangers of oversharing. By the end of this video, you'll learn why we do it, what it does to us, and how to stop it before it ruins your relationships, confidence, or even opportunities. And hey, if you're learning English, don't worry, we'll keep things simple and easy to follow. This podcast is also for you. Let's begin. Let's be honest. We live in a culture of instant sharing. Instagram stories, Twitter rants, TikTok confessions. We share our thoughts, feelings, breakups, jobs, family drama in real time. But why? Sometimes we overshare because we want connection. Sometimes it's validation. And sometimes we just don't realize we're doing it. Here's a little example. Imagine you're at a new job, day one. Your manager smiles and says, "So, tell me about yourself." And suddenly, you're telling them about your ex, your therapy, your anxiety, and the time you cried in an elevator. Afterwards, you feel weird. And worse, you notice they start treating you differently. Not better. Not with more care. Just different. Here's what happened. You skipped the step of earning trust. And when we overshare, especially early on, people can either judge us, pity us, or lose respect. Not because you're not a good person, but because they don't know how to hold that much of your story yet. Oversharing can make others uncomfortable, cause people to see you as too much or emotionally unstable, be used against you later, especially in toxic relationships, create false intimacy that doesn't last, damage your self-respect when you feel exposed. Let me pause and say this. There is nothing wrong with vulnerability, but vulnerability has a time, place, and pace. Oversharing is when we give people access they haven't earned. And deep down, a lot of us do it because we fear being ignored or unseen. But here's the twist. You might think, okay, I get it, but what's the worst that can happen if I tell people everything? Let me share a real story. Tasha, a kind and open woman, started a new friendship. She shared everything, her divorce, financial struggles, her dreams, her traumas. At first, the other person seemed caring, but months later, when the friendship went sour, all those private details were twisted and shared with others. Tasha was devastated, not because of the betrayal, but because she gave the ammunition. You see, when we overshare, we empower the wrong people with too much information. We lose control of our narrative. Now, contrast that with someone like Ray, who learned to set boundaries. He's friendly, fun, and open, but only shares deeper things after trust is built. And guess what? His relationships are healthier. People respect him more. He feels safer, calmer,
and more confident. So what can you do? Here are 5 quick tips to avoid oversharing. Pause before you share. Ask yourself, why am I sharing this? Is it to connect or to be validated? Wait for trust to develop. Vulnerability is a gift. Don't hand it to strangers like candy. Practice private victories. Celebrate things without always announcing them. Not everything needs an audience. Watch how people react. If they gossip about others to you, they'll likely gossip about you too. Be careful what you give them. Protect your peace. If sharing something leaves you anxious or regretful, it's a sign to pull back. Also, for my English learners out there, think of this like language practice. You don't speak fluently to everyone immediately. You practice slowly. You listen more than you speak. Same with emotional expression.
Here's a mindset I want you to try. Just because I feel something doesn't mean I have to say it out loud. This is emotional maturity. It doesn't mean you're fake, it means you're wise. Silence is powerful. Not the silent treatment, that's manipulative. I'm talking about strategic silence, the kind where you learn to observe more and speak less until you know it's safe. Because here's the truth. People respect what they don't completely understand. A little mystery builds attraction, credibility, and strength. Even in job interviews, leadership, or friendships, the people who know when to speak and when to hold back tend to be trusted more. Let's wrap it up with this. Key takeaways. Oversharing often comes from a good place, but has bad consequences. You're allowed to protect your peace. Not everyone deserves the full story. Think of vulnerability like seasoning, not the whole meal. Speak with intention, not desperation. And finally, silence is not weakness, it's power. And hey, don't worry if you've overshared before. We all have. This isn't about shame, it's about growing day by day. If this episode helped you, give it a like, leave a comment. Whether you're learning English, building confidence, or just trying to live a better life, you're in the right place. Remember, you don't need to be loud to be heard. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. And you are allowed to keep some parts of yourself private. That's not hiding, that's healing. Take care of yourself, protect your peace, and I'll see you in the next episode.